Let's move away from lies and fears.
Perhaps it's time to leave.
Free from how you look or what they say. Like a lion runs wild through the wilderness. Free from showing off a living fate. Like the eagles flying high, dancing with the air. There's breath in your lungs to breathe. Say, God, take this mask away. You see, he won't let you stay. Living in hollow days.
Hi, I'm John. I've been the host of ShatterCast for the last few weeks, really, since we began. Thank you so much for joining us as we've started this journey. Today's episode ended up being a lot longer than we were expecting because we are passionate about Star Wars. We love Star Wars. So what you're going to see today is the first half of this segment, and then next week we're going to release the second half of this segment. It's just really good content, and we wanted to make sure that we did it justice. And so we've got two segments. They're going to be coming to you. First part you're going to watch right now. Second part is coming next week. Hello and welcome. Don't interrupt me. This is my intro. This is my limelight.
I'm sorry.
This
I
week,
apologize.
we are going to talk about Star Wars because literally today, the Star Wars trailer dropped, and we've all seen it, and it was awesome.
Surprise!
Both got whacked, man.
Speaking of that, my wife, she's on the podcast today.
Yeah.
Hello,
Wait, what
John's wife.
She's on a podcast?
It's a podcast. Okay.
I'm Hannah.
I'm keeping it. So we got Hannah, we got Joel.
Hello. I like the Star Wars too.
Wait, Star Wars episode 2? Attack of the Clones?
Oh, are you going to claim that?
Hey, you know what? There are some cool scenes in that movie. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say.
Fair enough. That's my argument for episode 8.
As
There's some
in
cool
ice
scenes.
cold because Anakin Skywalker has no feelings.
Because he's a robot.
Sam,
Then we have
I'm just Derrick. I'm
just Derrick,
Just here.
ladies and
Just,
gentlemen.
he's just.
CEO
He's
and
wise
president and,
just.
director of Shattered Studios
Stop.
is also
Stop.
Just.
Derrick.
Can I address you as just Derrick from now on?
Sure.
What's up,
if you want
JD?
to.
Oh, JD cast.
It's like Juris Doctorate, but it's just Derrick.
We're getting new nicknames all over the place.
So we all saw the Star Wars trailer.
We should just dive right
Let's
into
dive right in.
Literally head first. So, the Star Wars trailer. This is the worst opening we've had, and yet somehow also the best. So, we all saw the episode 9 trailer.
Yes, we did.
Rise of Skywalker. Spoiler alert.
Ooh.
If you haven't seen the trailer, that's
your
sorry.
fault. That's
Also,
your fault.
if we're spoiling a trailer, that's like the least consequential
I think
spoiler.
it's like
Not
a
even.
teaser.
I don't know.
It's
It
a
depends.
teaser.
It depends on the
We
teaser.
really-
Depends on the trailer.
We saw nothing except hearing Mark Hamill's voice, which he has a very wonderful voice.
I love
Is
his
he gonna
voice.
be
Throw
in
it
the
out there?
movie, or is he dead the whole time?
I mean,
I'm
either
talking about the Sixth Sense crossover because he's dead the whole time.
spoilers.
Sorry.
Wow, you're spoiling a 22-year-old movie.
Wow.
Also, I need a fact check on whether or not that movie is 22 years old, because if it is, I'm a
I don't think.
prophet.
I don't. Is it, is it, I don't
I
know.
So, we saw the Star Wars
We saw
trailer.
Star Wars.
Okay,
Star Wars
Star
teaser,
Wars.
As
trailer.
you can tell, we don't have a lot to say about that
What?
trailer.
What?
Are we going to dive into it?
Joel, you got something to say. What do you got?
Go for it.
Open it up, Joel.
We are going here. We start out with Rey in the sand. She's there. We don't know why she's there, but it's looking like there's going to be a one-on-one fight that's going down.
So you got to describe the whole
and
trailer.
Kylo Ren going at it, gonna
But
duke
which
it out.
ship is it?
Ooh. Ooh.
It's important.
You know.
That's why I'm asking.
That's why I'm asking you.
Can we just go back to third grade? Oh, well, I'm rubber, you're glue. So your question's
If you
not
want to talk about the
sticky.
trailer,
Star Wars,
I'll let
you see
you
what
talk
you
about
do
the
to
trailer.
us.
How's that sound,
See what
John?
you do
You
to
can
us,
talk about the
Star
trailer
Wars.
now. Please. Give me your insight on the trailer if you don't want to hear my insight. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I want to hear your insight.
Don't
please.
worry about my
I'm
insight
sorry, Joel.
anymore.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
worry about my insight anymore. Listen, it's a new year, a new Star Wars film. What I am down for is to see the battle between light and dark, even though that's kind of a cliche thing to say.
Yeah.
They're just these like movies. What makes them fun is just the bare bones kind of good versus evil. Now, there's always that point when someone's torn between, do I choose the light side? Do I choose the dark side? But I think that it is just for like me, it is just fun to just say, okay, these guys are bad, these guys are good. Let's just watch them duke it out, and that's what I hope we see in this movie. Is I hope that we see some awesome fights and some good guys versus some bad guy stuff.
What has me excited? One, we got JJ back at the helm.
JJ.
A lot of people are like, well, JJ was the executive producer for episode 8. Well, he was, but we've seen so many interviews where they've already said that Rian Johnson retconned a lot of JJ stuff, which we're going to get into in a little bit when we talk about more of the Star Wars universe. But I'm excited that Abrams is back at the helm for episode 9 because I really enjoyed Force Awakens. And thankfully, movie. I feel safer saying that than saying, like, I really enjoyed Last Jedi, because we would lose all of our subscribers.
No, that's if you said
Y'all
Phantom
are a
Menace.
fickle bunch.
Oh, Phantom Menace was my favorite. That would be the
Yes,
worst.
I would unsubscribe.
Now this
I would demonetize my own
racing. Pod racing right now, boys. All right, and gal.
But so we saw the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer.
Okay.
So one of the things that I like, and we had this discussion in our production meeting about Last Jedi. One of the things that I liked was the light speed ramming scene, Admiral Holdo, because of the cinematography. Now we can get into a whole debate about whether it made sense in universe and the arguments for and against that, or how it could have made sense.
Might have broke the lore, but it's fine.
It
Keep
could
going.
have, but also that was the movie
was
where they
cool.
introduced hyperspace fuel. So,
It looked cool.
all of that, exactly. It looked cool, which is the thing that I want to focus on right there. Its cinematography was gorgeous. It was a well put together moment in that movie. And in the trailer, we see 2 moments that I would also call gorgeous. And both of them were also in fight scenes. One, near the very beginning, when Kylo Ren basically like arm tackles that guy and with his lightsaber, and it's in slow motion, and it's beautiful, and it's violent, and that's Kylo Ren. Beautiful and violent, I think, is actually 2 very good adjectives. You're looking at me like it's weird.
No, it's on the top of his LinkedIn page.
Oh, beautiful and violent.
Swipe
Those
right.
are
Have the job, sir. Yeah, the job. Those are 2 things that we need.
It's definitely on Adam Driver's Tinder profile. Beautiful and violent.
He's just wide, you know. Bring back the wide memes, please. That's what I'm looking forward is all the memes that are going to come from Star Wars. I hope that they're good.
The second scene that I thought was beautiful and violent was Rey in her little slow motion backwards somersault to dodge his ship.
It was amazing.
A little Pilates
Do
was
you
in there.
think
Yeah.
that she's going to cut the ship in half when she goes over it? Because it's looking like she's about to cut it in half.
I don't
think
think she has that much strength, but I think she's gonna like stab it through the windshield.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
She's going to cut like through the top of it.
I don't know. Because I'm thinking she's going to cut that thing open.
She could.
Anyway, that's a different talk for a different time.
Keep going.
Or is it?
Any of our now longtime viewers can admit to themselves, I've never had a comment make me speechless before. That is brilliant. And she better, because why else did she have her lightsaber on? Whether she cuts into it or like pulls like an Orm from Aquaman like into the submarine thing and like splits it open or cuts it in half. I don't care. But that is
Mixing new
amazing.
universes.
I want to see her flipping over that thing and immediately disabling
Dude,
it.
I know.
That would be so cool.
Or at least it like wing, kind of, and it kind of
Right.
like twists down.
That would be fun.
I
That'll
mean,
be pretty
piloting the Millennium Falcon upside down worked for her, so I
That-
guess
that
like,
was
jumping
amazing.
upside down will also.
That
work
was a
for
good
her.
When the Falcon went perpendicular in Force Awakens and it was lined up the shot and they took out that TIE fighter, it was just like, yeah. So
Facts.
as far as the story is concerned, we know nothing, and it could be great or it could be terrible.
I would say we know
But-
nothing.
Well, we know very little.
Oh, you know stuff.
What do you know?
What do you
I
know?
mean-
What did they tell you?
What do they tell you?
There's things you can tell from the teaser trailer, like story elements, maybe not the plot.
Enlighten us with
Yes.
your wisdom.
Please.
I mean, well, we know Palpatine's back.
Ooh.
Do we know he's back? Do we 100%
A little
know?
laughter
In
at the
some
end.
capacity, he
Yeah.
is.
I feel like whether we see him in the flesh, we're probably going to see him as a Force ghost if not.
Yeah, perhaps.
Because he laughed and Ian McDermott was at Star Wars Celebration on stage.
Okay.
I feel like it would be cruel of them.
That would be cruel.
And I don't think that Star Wars is run by the Sith.
Continue.
Our cameraman just went,
We're going to have to check the facts on that one.
what else? What else you got?
Well, one thing that I always look forward to when it comes to, always look forward to as much as I have been able to in my 25 years of life with Star Wars is the subtitles. Ooh. Like the fact that we've got, Star Wars, but when Force Awakens was revealed, a lot of people were speculating about what that meant. The Last Jedi.
Oh,
was
I thought you were talking about closed captioning.
I'm more of a dubs guy myself. I wanted to go with the dub wars.
Where you're going after you see it.
No, the entire time I was like, you like to be able to read what they're saying?
She missing the dialogue?
I like this.
Is there a better term?
We've been married for like 5 years, and I was like, neither of us enjoy having the subtitles
Is
on.
there a better term
I
for
like
that?
the sub.
No, you're correct. No, it
Okay.
is subtitle. You're right.
Okay.
But for some reason, my brain just immediately went to closed captioning.
And then I remember when The Last Jedi, especially, like people were like, "Who is the Last Jedi?"
Yeah.
And now everyone's saying, "Who is this Skywalker that is supposedly
it could be
rising?"
Anakin, it could be Luke, it could be
Kylo
It could be
Ren.
someone
it could
we've
mean
never
Kylo,
even
because
met
Kylo is a
before.
Skywalker, even though he has a solo name.
He has the genes.
It could be that
Skywalker
kid
blood.
from that planet on
The
The
broom
Last
kid.
Jedi.
The broom kid.
The broom kid.
We're going for a
Please
deep dive
What were
here.
the name? What were the name of
spin-off
those?
of the broom
What were the
kid.
name of those animals that they were racing on that planet that Rose took Finn to?
I don't even know.
We're gonna call them mini dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
mini
Look that up.
because they were dinosaur-esque. They were like velociraptors, right? Even
No,
though
they were like deer antelopes.
but whatever. Okay, I've literally seen the movie once. I'm sorry, and it's been a year. But anyway, this is a really long build up to a dumb joke that I was going to make.
Please
which is
do it. I am
basically
so ready.
Like
I am ready for this joke. I am ready to laugh. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready. I'm ready.
that
Derrick,
kid-
you best get ready. It's
That
coming.
kid is basically Anakin from Phantom Menace, so I just wanted him to pick up the broom and be like, "This is pod racing," Like,
Oh, it's pod racing
because
joke.
he's sweeping up a dusty area. He's obviously some sort of slave child, and it's all centered.
It's not funny. That's sad.
Anything else, Hannah?
No, well, this is all I'll say.
And it's
That
all
kid
around a race.
Do
That's
you
all. It just
guys
reminded me of Phantom
remember
Menace.
the tube days going back a long time ago, where they had the Star Wars kid who had the stick?
Yes.
I'm thinking
That's a really
maybe
dive
this is a
there.
stretch.
That's a.
But
Our
what if they're the
stage crew
same?
right now is just
what if-
hyping it up right now.
I've
what
not,
if-
I feel like
what if they're the
they're
same
all
kid?
walking away from
So
us.
we also know
Thank you.
that
Thank you. Get us back on track.
somehow our favorite droids, C-3PO, R2, BB-8.
Hey, R2 is not in the trailer.
We
Is-
did not
R2.
see
is
R2.
he-
But we saw
is-
some little droid
is
in there.
R2 not in that battle scene where we see C-3PO?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, well, we do know that
Ryan
some
must
of
run
them
quick.
at least are involved.
Hashtag R2 better live. Keep going.
And so like a lot of the rebels that were sort of like at this base doing support roles at the base are like out in the field, whether it's a droid or some of the other fighters. And like there's also a scene in the teaser where we see like Poe and Finn and I don't remember everyone, but like Rey is there, of course, but it's not just her. It's like the group of people, and that's when they first stumble across that piece of what I'm assuming is some kind of Death Star or Star Killer base or whatever. They're blending all of the timeline. I mean, not timelines, but all of the
Everything's
elements
together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Probably a piece of the blown up Death Star.
so that tells me that at some point there's going to be a part where all of them are together for some reason, and it's either because they discover something of significance or they have a significant fight together.
Except for R2, I did just verify via Reddit. He was not in the trailer.
Not in the trailer.
So it's not just our poor memory, but
we get the
R2.
F's in the chat, please. For R2D2.
Rip R2D2.
Listen, man.
He's definitely going.
There are
the
some people that
victorious
last-
sacrifice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He ain't gonna make it.
He's not going to be there. In
I think
episode
that
10.
we should place bets on who is gonna make it, who ain't gonna make it.
To dive in a little bit, here's what I'm talking
Rose
about.
Tico is going to make it.
Oh yeah. She's gonna become
hope.
Rey at the very end of the movie.
First Padawan.
Here's what I'm here's what I'm excited about. I feel like we didn't learn a lot from the teaser trailer, but I'm excited that we're about to land this TIE Fighter. Like I want to know how they're going to end this trilogy. We had some bumps along the way. The second kind of movie, and this trilogy kind of split the fan base. Episode 8. So I'm just curious what they're going to do with these characters. I really like Rey. I really like Finn. I enjoyed them in Episode 7, Episode 8 again. Mixed bag.
What about Poe?
What about Poe?
I like
You didn't
Poe.
mention
Poe's
Poe.
good.
Okay,
Poe's
good.
Poe's
Then I'm happy. He likes the three of those.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
we got
All
our
right.
Poe
So,
fans.
I'm just curious what's going to happen to them. So I'm
Poe
excited that
boys.
hopefully we'll be able to see that in Episode 9. I'm just curious where they're going with the story and how they're going to end it.
That's a good point. It's applicable to life because, you know, what should we do when we don't know what to do? But I heard a lot growing up, my parents say, God can't steer a parked car. And what I've learned as an adult is God specializes in parked cars. They kind of jump on things sometimes a little too soon. But as individuals, more often than not, we have the opportunity to not jump on something too soon.
You can apply that to our lives as Christians, where we're not necessarily leaning on like an elder or something, but we are leaning on God and those.
All right, John.
Styles.
Are you ready to launch?
Are you ready to
We're about to blast off to the speed of light.
Blast.
Star Wars.
Because we're talking about Star Wars.
Okay, I like it.